All right, Shalom. It's the brother Yawanathan Abad Adawam coming at you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. First and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praises and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, Bahashemar Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that great minister on well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of earth, preaches word in truth and sincerity. Shalom. All right, this is going to be another MOTB weekly lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, and I asked ChatGPT, which me personally, I recommend brothers and if you use sisters, you download and install this app because it's pretty much on point. Answering questions pertaining to the truth, man. And Pastor Har even been using it. Some of his lessons recently, and been on point with a lot of things, like the C-HIP, like this lesson I'm doing it on. As you see this question, I asked it, what would have to happen to usher in a RFID C-HIP mandate? Man, it gave me some key hitters, man, so to speak. All right, it's pretty much on point. All right, so like I said, this app is pretty much on point when you ask questions referring to the truth. All right, so I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna try not to make it too long. I'm just run through this, and probably get a couple of scriptures. Yeah, get a couple of scriptures and be out. But it starts off by saying, for an RFID radio frequency identification C-HIP mandate to be implemented, particularly one that requires humans to be C-HIP, and that's what's coming, man. We know that's a major part of prophecy. All right, it says several major political, social, technological, and economic shifts, and that's what's happening too. That's what's coming into play, right? It's going to be a dynamic shift, man. All right, particular events that Esau's orchestrated, primarily through order of KO. Okay, it's going to bring about this shift to the beast system. All right, which consists of the RFID micro C-HIP or a mandate for it for everybody to take. So again, it says several major political, social, technological, and economic shifts would likely need to take place. See, here's a breakdown of what would realistically have to happen. All right, so number one, it says a global or national crisis, and that's what these devils are putting together, man. Through what? Order ab chaos, which is Latin for order out of chaos. It says mandates usually follow fear or disruption. All right, and that's how these devils operate. They want you to be in fear. They want to put fear into people. Like back in 2020, we all know what happened with the C-19. Okay, he put fear in these people with that pandemic, man, with a certain disease, man. Okay. The C-19, right? It says mandates usually follow fear or disruption. Wasn't there a disruption in the economy? Okay, certain things were shut down, certain stores were shut down, or jobs were people on lockdown, jobs were locked down. They had essential workers. Okay, as far as like city workers and maybe factory workers, certain grocery stores were open for a limited time, but primarily people were locked down in their houses, man. Some people were out of a job for a particular time, man. Okay, so that was back in 2020, and that was just a prelude to what is coming now in the form of the RFID micro C-HIP. Okay, condition people for that, right? So it reads on, a large-scale crisis could justify increased surveillance or control measures, and that's another way of operating, man, to bring in this beast system. Surveillance. Why you think this devil got cameras everywhere, man? He's spying on you through your phones, your smart TVs. Okay, another prelude, man. Okay. It says surveillance or control measures. He wants to control you. Hey, even back in 22, then with the 6 feet rule, okay, urging people to wash their hands constantly and shit. Okay, things of that nature. You seen scarcity of certain items like toilet paper. Okay, hey, that's what's coming real soon today. Before they push this C-HIP, it's gonna be a scarcity of food. All right, they're gonna start rationing food because they're orchestrating on what? A famine, and that's gonna be a major way of try to get people to take it, man. Okay, but let me read on. It says a global pandemic, like I was speaking on, worse than C19, right? And I believe that. All right, they've been already talking about a more dangerous variant of that C19 already over here in America. All right, so that can be the thing that ushers it in, let alone the economic collapse. All right, or the upcoming third woe, you know, which all that can be simultaneous. A blackout, you know, EMP attack, all of it can happen simultaneously to bring in that C-HIP. But it says right here, global pandemic. All right, which will, like I said, the C19 was a prelude. All right, to the C-HIP. Okay, back in 2021. All right, certain places mandated that you take that juice, or you don't have a job. You'll be out of job. You'll be fired. Okay, that was a trial run. Certain people were afraid. See, putting fear into people. Certain people were afraid of losing their job, so they what? Caved into taking it. Okay. So again, that was a test run. That was a trial run, right? All right. So it's worse than C19 that with major breakdowns in tracking. See, or vaccine records. See, and that's another reason why they're gonna want to put that in you, that C-HIP in you, to see if you took the jab. Okay, because it's gonna have all your records, all your information on that C-HIP, man. So let's read on. I'm not gonna read all of it, by the way. I'm just gonna get the key points, and you brothers and sisters can read it on your own time. But I recommend, like I said, you download this app and ask it that question I answered, asked it. All right. So it says the next one, it says massive economic collapse, which that's on the way. All right, that's inevitable. Like I said, you already had I think I mentioned Israel striking Iran, and Iran retaliated earlier today. So hey, they said the stock market toppled, man. Okay, it got hit. It went down, man. So hey, the economy is already in bad shape, and you got this war going on now, the war to end all wars, which is pretty much finally happened. It's pretty much going to be the sparking port for the third world's nuclear war, man, or the third world's war, as prophesied in the scriptures. So a massive economic collapse is inevitable. It reads on that leads to a push for cashless. That's what they pushing for, right? Phasing out the pennies. So pretty soon they're gonna phase out the nickels, the dimes, the quarters, and before you know it, they're gonna eliminate the cash. Okay, so that gradualism, phasing out the pennies. All right, it says that leads to a push for cashless secure transactions. See that? Cashless secure transactions, man. They want to put in your body, right? You don't have to worry about your money getting stolen. Let's read on. It says widespread identity theft or fraud. You ain't got to worry about that if it's inside your body. That overwhelms current ID systems. You have to worry about getting your license stolen, or your information you put on the internet or whatever stolen. Here's a kicker right here. T attacks. All right, you got these sleeper cells over here, right? Ready to be activated. They're already in operation. It's only a matter of time they start giving a green light. All right, for all these immigrants or the foreigners they let in during the Biden administration. Okay, so-called Biden administration, they allowed all these immigrants over here, so-called immigrants, these heathens over here. Okay, they're over here to do one job and one job only, to bring hell on you people, man, to start attacking you people. Okay, so that's definitely another way to usher in this C-HIP, man. All right, Let me read number 2. It says gradual. See that gradual? This devil deals with gradualism. Gradual technological normalization. All right, let me give a couple examples like your debit and credit card, the old school, gradualism toward because they have the C-HIP in them, right? These debit and credit cards have the C-HIP already in them, so that's definitely a way to condition you not to use cash. But I'm gonna read on. It says people would need to be slowly conditioned, see, by conditioning to accept the technology or the tech. Okay, so slowly conditioning you to prepare to take the C-HIP. All right, it says popular use of wearables, smartwatches. You people love your technology, like your smartphones. Like everybody damn near got a smartphone, man. Okay, it says smartwatches, biometric IDs. All right, that's another thing, biometric IDs, man. But you got what they call that? Apple Pay and shit. You can pay scanning your hand and shit, man. In these certain stores, like I believe Whole Foods, palm scanning, right? It says in implants for medical tracking. Remember Obamacare? I believe I read an article. There was an article that said concerning Obamacare, you had to take a tracking device. Okay, so a lot of people already got it out there anyway. The RFID micro C-HIP, man. Okay. It reads on digital wallet and ID systems. Like last month, they made it mandatory to have a real ID as far as flying. So that's a conditioning method, right? Everybody was required to have real ID. I believe that was what, May 7th last month. So it reads governments rolling out digital IDs like India's Aadhaar or the EU's digital identity framework. See, digital, everything's going digital, man. Right? It says workplace adoption, employees using C-HIPs for access control, time logging, etc. Right? Hey, some jobs already require employees to have it. Hey, like Sweden, for example. Right? Sweden, they required to have the C-HIPs. Okay, to work on jobs, man. So they already good, man. Because I remember back in 2020, they were like the only country that didn't have to go through all that C-119 bullshit. You know, with the the mask mandates. That's another thing back in 2020 I forgot to mention. You know, they mandated you to wear a damn mask, man. Okay, they didn't have to go through the 6 feet rule, the mask mandates. See? Like I said, I ain't gonna read all of it, but I'm gonna kind of run through a little bit more. Like I said, I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures and be out. This says legal and policy changes. Governments will have to pass laws justifying. See that? Pass laws justifying the mandate. And this devil's all about unrighteous decrees, draconian measures. That's what's getting ready to be pushed out here, man. All right. It says framed around safety, convenience, or national security. See, safety, convenience, for your safety. Y'all, this devil like to say, "Oh, it's for your safety." Use or make it look convenient, easy. All right, all this technology. That's why people are fucking lazy nowadays. All this damn technology, they don't want to work. They want to let the machine or the computer do all the damn work for them, man. See, that's another way you people are falling for it, man. It says our national security. You know, they've been talking about for years now, ever since going back to 2001 after 9/11. They so-called beefed up security measures, national security. All right, but you had the Patriot Act. Every year they renew that. All right. Let me see. Let me drop down number 4. It says economic incentives or penalties. Oh, like I said, you brothers and sisters can read the rest on your own time. Let me read this right here. 5. Number 5, media and cultural influence. Hey, remember back in 2021, You had that nigga Juvenile make a song jab that thing up, you know. Yeah, he had a classic called Bat That Thing Up. He flipped it around to get people to take that juice called I can't really say it the way I want to say it because, you know, the algorithms. But basically jab that thing up, take the juice. He gonna use celebrities, okay? Esau gonna use celebrities to take the C-HIP just like he did the jab back in 2021. See that? It says mass media and pop culture would play a role in normalizing the concept. See that? Your entertainers, okay? Your favorite movie stars, your athletes, right? Like rappers and shit. They're gonna be used primarily for you jakes, man, because you easily influenced. You easy to be led, and so damn naive, man. Right? It says positive representation of implants in entertainment, tech circles, and influence culture. See? It says demonizing dissect, portraying opposition as anti-progress or dangerous. That's gonna be us. All right, because they already labeled the ones that's opposed to all this, like back in gotta keep digressing, 2020, 2021. All right, best believe the ones that didn't take the jab, they were demonized, man. They were looked at as you know, being a problem, when really the jab is the problem. The one that took it is the problem, man. But they want to make the ones that didn't took it, the ones that were smart, that didn't take it, look like the dangerous ones are the problem. Oh, you're spreading it. See? You see verse 6, it says private sector adoption. It says big corporation. Number 6 says big corporations might lead the way. They're going to lead the way. It says retailers and banks, definitely banks, accepting only biometric chip-based payments. Healthcare systems like Obamacare I mentioned, requiring C-HIPs for patients tracking or drug history. Number 7, it's a key point right here too. Global cooperation to avoid loopholes, intergovernmental agreements like those seen in climate or trade deals. Hey, here's a kicker right here. A UN or WHO involvement, the World Health Organization. All right, they recently got involved, like last year, passing the legislation for them to take full control of the next major event concerning the pandemic. They want control, man. Right? So hey, that's on point. It says if framed as a global health or migration solution, they're gonna be made to be looked at as the solution, especially WHO, the World Health Organization. So that, I'm gonna stop right there. Like I said, you brothers and sisters, all you gotta do is type in at the very top. You see the question: what would have to happen to usher in an RFID chip mandate? All right, and it'll bring all this information up. But I'm gonna get some scriptures. I'm gonna be out. All right, first scripture I'm gonna start off is Psalms. Before I get that, the spirit was in that Revelation, but get Psalms 94 and 20. It says, this is Psalms 94 and 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? And that's Esau, man. He's going to use all these draconian measures, or bring all these draconian measures to try to usher in his beast system. All right? To usher in the RFID micro C-HIP mandate, man. All right? Framing all these laws passed. Hey, Obama was passing laws under you niggas' noses that voted him back in 2008 and 2012. All right? Because he's juiced in. He was juiced in, man. Setting you up for the kill, so to speak. Because these devils, man, they use these puppets to help frame their mischief by a law, man. Hey, Obamacare, man. Okay? All these laws, certain jobs, all these rules and laws mandating you, all right, to condition you to take this C-HIP, man. Okay? So best believe they're gonna orchestrate more chaos a wide scale of a Tia test gonna happen, where they're gonna get more stricter and stricter. They're gonna start locking shit down again. All right, it's gonna be brutal, man. All right, and they're gonna lock their own. They're gonna fuck over their own people, just like they did with 2020, man. They don't care. These elites don't give a fuck about their own people, man. So, hey, collateral damage is what you call it. They'll fuck over their own people just to fulfill their agenda, man. All right. So let's get one more scripture. I'm gonna go ahead and end it off with Revelations, of course. Revelations 13. Get straight to the point. Verse 16 and 17, it says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MRARK, a charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead." So, talking about the C-HIP, man. Okay? Everybody is going to be mandated or required, but the elect is not going to take it, man. The elect is not going to take it. The elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3, hey, Lord willing, I don't take it, man. Because I want to be part of that number, man. Because, hey, we know the consequences if you do take it. And you read that in chapter over, Revelation, the 14th chapter, all right? It says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MRARK in their right hand or in their foreheads." So everybody's going to be required to take that C-HIP, man. Verse 17, it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the charagma, or the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." See, you ain't going to be able to function in society. All right, you can't. Hey, that's why the Lord going to have to come back, man. That's why everything going to move fast. All right. Hey, because the Apostle Tahar made mention of that. When once these devils push that mandatorily on the world, things gonna start moving real quick. Because hey, as far as us being a hopeful elect, right? We ain't gonna be able to function. We ain't gonna be able to live, man. Because hey, we know not to take it. We're gonna have to rely solely on faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, move off faith. That's what's gonna keep us going. Our faith, and we're gonna have to have some strong faith, man. That's the only way we're going to be able to function through our faith, man. All right. So let me read this again. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or the number of, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." It says, here is wisdom. All right. So those that got wisdom, they're going to know what the C-HIP is, man. They're going to know it's not an embargo of Christianity or Solomon sleeping with a white woman. How dumb is that? How dumb does that fucking sound, man? Excuse my French. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, a 666, and that's talking about the RFID micro C-HIP. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Hey, Lord willing, this was informative and edifying to the body. I want to sign off again by saying all praises and glorifications goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone Well. Peace, love. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Throughout the four corners of earth, preaches his word in truth and sincerity. I say shalom and kwam yashala. Shalom.